Good morning. Holy crap, is that loud? Good morning. It's Robin Checkers in Conroe, Texas. And we are streaming today as a test. Oh no, looks like I got everything running. Yeah, okay. Testing out some background music, YouTube background music. So let me know in the chat how that sounds. Doesn't sound too great here. I think it might be the song, but it's like sputtering. Got that little speaker. Okay. We're almost ready to go. Okay, rudders are down, motor's connected, checker cam is on. Now, let's lower the dagger board. Okay, that's latched. Let's link through this. How's my camera? Try that. Okay. Unplug the power. Boat's wanting to walk away from me already. It's not too windy. Should be coming out of the south today. It's going to be 96 this afternoon. That'll be the hottest it's been so far this year. Okay, are you ready, checkers? Good boy. I lost my chart plotter already. Okay, so I got my chart plotter on my phone, on my chest here, so that I can go up on the bow and start try to catch some bait fish. But unfortunately, I'm having technical difficulties with it again. I thought I had it solved, but it's not. Okay, so I might even have to reboot the phone. Okay, so let's go to Wi-Fi, double check that. Okay, so that we're connected, fine. Finally. Now let's go to navigation, active captain, connect, continue. Searching, says it's connected, yet I got nothing on the screen. Okay, let me try going to something else. Let's go to chart. There we are right there, I think. Come on, what the fuck is going on here? Okay, so let's go to apps. Ooh, looks like it might work. Retry, failed, back, helm. We're already connected. What a pain in the butt. Piece of fucking shit. Okay, so let's go. We're gonna trim the motor down. Oh, that breeze feels good. And then we're gonna anchor it. Okay, so now we're anchored. Okay, so I'm gonna reboot this phone. Boat's gonna spin around in the wind. So I had this on for like a half an hour before I started the stream, you know? Working, it was working. Phone is starting. Nobody in the checkers cam. Okay. Phone is rebooting. Now we'll have to go to, oh boy. Now we'll go to settings. Wi-Fi. It's connecting to the Garmin. We'll give it a second. So this is what I'm trying to be able to see. No, you can't. Won't be able to see it. Okay. Now normally this thing will say no internet. There it goes. Which is okay. Now we'll go to navigation. Garmin, helm, and it's not there again. Why? We're already connected. Shouldn't have to press connect again. Unbelievable. So this is like a new problem. Wait a minute, what was that? Connect. Searching. Okay. Now it works. Okay, I just saw something, and I don't know what it was I even saw. Okay. So now, let's take the anchor off now. We'll start the prop. We'll go to 2. And then let's go looking for some bait fish. Okay, we're going to cruise around a little bit here. Okay, now why did I lose that? Okay, so let's go. Okay, so let's try that scene. You doing okay there, Checkers? Should be able to shut this motor off. Let's put up the net, the Checkers net. And then we'll go up here, test this out, see if it works. Oh, it disconnected again. You've got to be kidding me. I no sooner walk up here and it disconnects again. Why? Skip, get started. Enable smart notification. No, I don't want that. Well, I've called Garmin a couple times already. There we go. Oh, it keeps popping out. Connect to chart plotter, Wi-Fi enable this feature. Wi-Fi enable. I'm already connected. Okay, we should be right here. Okay. Boy, this is exciting stuff. Again. To all this freaking troubleshooting. Huh? I bet you're glad you tuned into this. What a fucking joke. Oh, this is a fucking pain in the ass. Alright, I'm done with this shit. Let's do a conversion. Again. Fucking antenna breaks. So how is it possible that I'm way over here? I'm not seeing any bait. Okay, I'm gonna anchor the boat, and then I'm gonna start ripping this apart. What a fucking joke. Don't need that. I don't need this. Then, gotta put this somewhere. And let's pick this up. Put this here. And put this in here. Then we'll go to settings and we'll get rid of. Let's go over here and go to settings. And we need to hook to the Garmin over here. Maybe that won't work either, but then we'll hook to our camera here. Let's see if that works. Let's go to streaming, and then we'll go to Insta360. And we'll go over here. We'll go to navigation. And then we'll go to active captain. And then we'll go to helm. And then, okay, so we got that now. And then over here, we don't have the 360, but we might get it. Doesn't look good. Okay, then we have to go and we have to change all these freaking scenes. Okay. We'll reselect the scene, this one and this one, and then we're done. Then we'll go over here. Oh no, we need HDMI 1. No, let's go here, edit, reselect screen, this one, and we don't have a 360 camera yet. I don't really get any viewers. Is it any surprise? Huh? Okay, we'll turn that camera off. Then we'll turn it back on. Reselect this one. I don't know. Let's go with that one. Okay, now come on. Edit. Reselect. Where's our freaking camera here? Why is that not working? There we go. Oh, man. Okay. Choose screen, so we'll choose this, this, and this. Done, done. Okay, so now I'm not seeing any bait fish at all. So let's take this off. And then I'm going to start the big motor and just cruise around. Now what? Now what? Why is that not working? Okay. So now let's just do a little cruise to see if we see any big balls of bait. If not, I probably got to go downstairs and... Well, there's one right there. Nice one. Wow, massive one. Now, it probably won't stay there. We'll go throw a couple nets anyway. Okay, let's take this out, get it untangled. Okay, so now we go down 1 foot, then we grab it waist high, flip it over, then we grab 50%, go over the top, and we'll pull this up, hook it on my thumb, and then we'll grab this guy here. Okay. I don't have a lot, I know that. Nothing. Okay. It's okay. We're practicing anyway. Over the top, grab this edge, hook it on my thumb, Now, one thing I didn't do was kind of hang on to this left hand a little bit longer, like a second longer. Not great. This feels a little heavy. Maybe not. Nothing. It's okay. We're just practicing, right? Now, the idea was that I was going to have the chart plotter on my chest here, and then use the trolling motor to move around until I see a good ball of bait. And then I know it's down there and I throw it. Ooh, that one snagged a little bit. Nothing. Oh, there's one here. I got one pretty good size one. I didn't even see him. One foot, waist high, fold it over, grab 50%, go over the top, hook it with your thumb, pick up the edge, hook it on your thumb, grab the bottom. I'm not getting these are not my best throws. It doesn't look like anything. One foot down. Now, let's just do something different. We'll unanchor, and then we'll move. Okay. Now we're anchored again. Waist high. Ooh, that doesn't feel right there. Grab 50%. Throw it over the top. Hook it with my thumb. Grab the bottom. Hook it with my thumb. Grab the edge. Fold that over like that. That wasn't a bad throw. I see what I'm snagging on now, though. Nothing. Grab it a foot down, grab it waist high, fold it, grab 50%, go over the top, hook it with my thumb, grab the edge, hook it on my thumb, grab the edge again, and that wasn't bad. That wasn't too bad. I wonder if I'm letting it go down far enough. Usually the bait's pretty close to the surface. Or, I wonder how long you're supposed to wait before you pull it up. I gotta watch these guys when they're out here doing this, when I'm anchored. Geez, I'd just like to catch one batch, you know? So, let's change our luck. 1 foot, fold it over, grab 50%, go over the top, then grab the edge, hook it on my thumb, spin around, this is going to be tough. Oh, that's smart, really, to do this on the trolling motor side. I'm not doing that anymore. Plus, I'm awkward over here because all of my practicing's been on the other side of the boat. Okay, one more throw. That's all you get. It's your last chance, fish. One more throw, and then I go down and start getting hot dogs for catfish. 1 foot, waist high, 50%, go over the top, grab the edge, hook it on my thumb, grab the edge again. Ready? Not bad. Okay, that's it. That was your last chance. I'm gonna put that right here. I'll put the bag right here. We'll put some of them on top. Okay, so let's take our one single bait fish and put it over here. Oh, the ducks know what's going on. Okay, you doing okay, checkers? All this stuff I'm gonna put down here. Okay, what did we do? Oh, there is somebody in chat. Why are you gonna watch Patty? First time with my little chat reading thing. Optima, how you doing, buddy? Can you hear me okay? Test. All right. What's the category I'm on? Should be IRL. What the hell? Okay, so let me see if I can fix that. So I'm on this little tiny screen. Okay. All right, so
maybe they talk about now just like, don't do what we did the first time out. That's all they're saying now. Yeah, that first time out they really lost it there, but it's fun to see that the first time we see Jorko's AWP is that they're gonna win a gun round. He gets 2 kills. We gotta get this height.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it this way. Let's try this. I'm having trouble getting the Kick Studio. Okay. Wonder why it doesn't give me my Kick Studio. Go to my channel. There I see Watch Party. Come on. So, if I go to channel, huh. What's this? No, that's not it. What's this? No, that's not it. What's this? Man, if I could just see 3 dots somewhere. Profile, security, notifications. It's not in notifications. Profile, edit avatar, channel banner, username. Unbelievable. What's that? Nope. What's that? Nope. What's that? Identity. Unfrickin' believable. Identity. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to find is where to change the category. On my PC, I can find it. I always see it. There's IRL there, but that's not it. I don't know, Optima. So you know what? Maybe yeah, I'm gonna have to leave it, I guess, and then I'll change it when I get back. Sorry about that. Thanks for telling me, though. How's that music? I know it's not good music, but is it loud enough or too loud? What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna start up and go get my trolling poles out. Okay, thanks. You know what? My motor's not down all the way. Now we're set. Okay. Okay, we'll hook our tether on. All right. Yeah. Full speed somewhere. Okay, so I'll anchor us here. And then we'll get this other line in. Actually, I don't want to anchor. Lower the speed down to a 4. And then we'll set the autopilot. Then we'll start working on this pole. And on this one, I'm gonna go get that one bait fish that we caught. Ooh, he's a lively one. Hard to catch. Come on. No wonder they have the bait nets. Yeah. Yeah. Need a bait net. I'll have them dead before I catch them. Yeah, there's some nice fish in this lake. Some huge catfish. And straight bass. So I got one lure out that would be decent for catfish, and I got one lure out that would be decent for striped bass. I'm going to speed up a little bit. Go to a 5. We're going 0.9 miles an hour right now. And then let's turn our fish finder around, our live scope, so that it's facing kind of back. And then we'll drop this. Autopilot's holding good. Now let's find our 5-pound ball. I'm not seeing it yet. We're only about 3 feet under the water. Okay, let's see if we can see it now. I think that's it right there. No. There it is, I think. No. That could be it right there at 6 feet. This is acting like I got a fish almost. There it is, I think. Yeah. Not getting good visibility on it today, though. Okay, so I should be about 6 feet under the water. That is really strange that I cannot see my... There it is. Is that it? That could be it. Yeah, so we're 7 feet down in 16 feet of water. We're going 1.1. Okay, we'll turn the big motor off. Okay, so it's about, must be about 89, 90 degrees right now. So I'm not hearing chat. I might have to go to settings and reset up the voice chat. At least I can see it. How about that for a ball of bait fish? Holy shit. Okay, I'm going to lower this a little bit more. For one thing, just to make sure that I'm seeing it. Okay, we'll take the autopilot off. And I'll start heading out towards the middle of the channel now. Don't want to get a snag over there. Should be a good day for sail trolling. You doing okay, Checkers? Oh, he wants to go to his favorite spot. Okay, you can lay down there. You're over in El Paso, right, Optimus? Optimal? Okay. Man, it's a beautiful day. So I thought that was a diving lure, but it doesn't seem like it. Probably have to add a bunch of weight to it. gonna see if I can get voice chat working. Gotta go to Restream settings. Go to bot. I'm on relay mode. Let's go to notifications. Enable text TTS. It wasn't enabled. Read nicknames. Aha! Now I might have voice chat working. Little by little, I'm getting everything working on this stream there, Optimal. Okay, I'm gonna lower this a hair more. Go down to 10 feet. Nice boat, wow. I like that blue. I think for what I'm doing now, I should turn this camera up a hair. I think I'm gonna go down and get a weight to add to this other line on this on the starboard side. This is kind of loud. I'll go down 2 notches, and then I'm gonna set autopilot, and I'm gonna go get some weights. There's one that goes on the line. There's 2 that go on the line. There's one right here. Let's put this one on. Okay. Autopilot's not holding too good, so I'll turn the motor a little bit into the wind. I had the bail open on this pole and I wasn't watching, and I started moving, and obviously one hell of a lot of line went out. Now it feels kind of weird. Maybe that lure does go down pretty deep. Lost the bait fish. Okay. Now, I do have one sinker on. Ooh, I don't like the way that line looks. Too much on the turning the trolling motor. Okay, so I got, no I don't. Okay, I got some more weight on it. Let's see how that works. Probably not too good. What is going on here anyway? Is this twisted up here? Sure it is. Okay, let's try that. Anybody in chat? Nothing right now. All right, so let's lower this down some more.
Optimal edge. Emote 1730835 emoji yes.
Yeah, how you doing? Yep. I figured you were there. What I meant by nobody in chat is nobody.
Optimal edge. Good.
Yeah, I knew you were there. I just, when I say that, I got to change my words. It's not that nobody's in chat, it's that nobody typed anything. Sorry about that. So, you must be working today.
Optimal edge. Oh. Optimal edge. Oh. Optimal edge. Yeah.
One of the things I'm trying to do is get better at catching bait fish so I can have live bait. And what I'm trying to do is have my chart plotter tethered to my phone wirelessly so that when I stand up on the bow, I can see the chart plotter on my phone that I got hanging on my chest. And I've got multiple different problems with that view. I thought I had it fixed, but I still have a problem with it, so I keep losing connection to the chart plotter. It's a Wi-Fi connection from the phone to the chart plotter, and then I'm using Hollyland transmitter and receiver to wirelessly communicate back to my streaming equipment. And last time I was having trouble with either the
Optimal edge. Oh.
So last time I was out, I was having trouble with the wireless, the Hollyland receiver and transmitter, and connecting to my YOLO box switcher. So I sent a video of what it looked like on the screen to both Hollyland and YOLO Live, who makes the YOLO box switcher. And so they're both doing some research on it, trying to figure it out. But today, I don't have that problem. I have a different problem. My connection between the Wi-Fi on the Garmin unit right here and my phone was not stable. In fact, it just dropped out a few times, and then it wouldn't even reconnect. So when I'm offline, I got to troubleshoot that. And then I got a call from my daughter, so I better take that. Hi, Mary.
Hey, I think you need to come home.
Why?
Because I had to come in through the garage and Hades will not let me, like, go past
Optimal
it.
edge.
Okay.
173
Where are you
I
now?
have work at, I have
emoji now.
work. I have to be at work at 1. So,
Okay. Oh, slow down. Where are you right now?
in your guys' room?
Oh, and he won't let you out of the room?
Yeah.
Okay, so, how'd you get in there?
Because I was just, I don't know, I didn't want to be in the garage. It's hot.
Well, maybe go around to the front door or the back door next time.
I can't. Okay.
You can't now, but, all right, well, I'm out on the lake right now. I mean, I could come home and I could get there before 1. What time is it right now? It's 10 o'clock, so Corey's going to have his lunch in a few minutes. So let me get him to help you. Hold on, I'll call you back. All right, bye. Hey, Mary. Okay, so I got a bit of a dog-daughter crisis at home. One of our dogs has got her scared. So
Optimal edge. Yeah.
So I'm going to call my son, who's working, to see if he can help her.
Optimal edge. Scared of a dog.
Yeah, it's a 170-pound Great Dane, and he gets possessive of certain things. Like right now, she got in the house, and he was in the hallway, and he was acting funny. So she stepped into my bedroom and my wife's bedroom, and that is even worse because he's protecting that. But anyway, let me find my son here.
Optimal edge. Just get a nice large walking stick. Dogs don't like sticks.
Yeah. So give him a minute. I texted him. I might have to go home if I can't get him to help her, which is okay. I don't mind doing that. It just takes me quite a bit of time to
Optimal edge. Well, start heading to the dock.
Yeah. I don't have to go if I could get my son to help here.
Optimal edge. But of a dog, really, I don't get it. Optimal edge. Would it attack her?
Well, it's possible. It's possible. If nothing else, he's scaring her. It's her dog, and he just gets... we might have to get rid of him. So I'm going to give my son one...
Hi, did you say Mary's trapped in your room?
Yeah. Can you help her?
Optimal edge.
So I think if you get Hades... Yeah, get Hades outside, and then let her know.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Well, stay on the line while you're doing it. Where are you? Are you on your break?
I got let go today already. We're having a very slow day, so.
Okay.
So I mean, I can spend some time on this. It's just.
Well, it's only going to take you a couple minutes. You just got to get a treat, get them to come down the hall, and get them to go outside.
Okay. Let me know. Anybody? I think I'm trapped now.
Where are you?
I'm in the garage.
Oh, why'd you go in there?
What?
Why'd you go in there? Go out the... Is the door shut?
Yeah.
Okay, so then open the garage door and then go around the house.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
I don't have a key. Okay.
Well, go in the back door.
I'll go around the back.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Optimo.
Optimal edge. She needs to show that she's alpha.
Just letting me pet him and everything.
Just call him, don't go down the hallway. Just stand at the end of the hallway and try to coax him to come away from the door down there.
Hey, Eddie's, come on. Hi, buddy, you want to go outside?
Might even have to throw a treat down on the floor or something.
That's a good treat. Yeah.
You got the back door shut, right? The fence door? Corey, you got the fence door shut, right? Corey. You got the fence door shut in the back?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I'll go get a treat. See if that works.
Well, yeah, that's what I told you to do. Do that right away.
Let's do it. Mary told me to. Mary wanted me to bring this bowl in her room for some reason.
Yeah, I would just get him out of the hallway first.
Should I try to get him outside or what?
Yeah.
Hey, Hades. Want a treat? Hades.
Try throwing it on the floor, maybe?
Hey, come on, buddy.
All right, I'm going to start getting ready to come back home.
Optimal edge. Just grab that dog and push him out.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
What's he doing? Where is he?
Someone knocked on the door.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'll get that right now. I'm gonna try to get just a couple streets to try to get inside.
Yeah, did he go to the front door? Okay. Don't open the door. Just whoever it is, just let him. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Optimal edge.
Hey.
Oh boy.
Come on, buddy. There you go. All right. Okay.
Where is he? Outside?
Yeah.
Okay, good job. Then just let Mary know. So she. How'd she get outside?
I left the garage. Oh, should I let him in after a while then? Or?
Yeah, but let Mary get to her room and.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So. Open my bedroom door so that he can go in there, Corey.
Oh yeah, it looks like we're all set.
Okay, did you open my bedroom door?
Yeah, it's open right now. You want me to close it?
No, leave it open. But as soon as Mary's in her room and she's okay with letting them back in the house, then you could let them back in.
Well, she said she wanted me to let him in after she leaves, so she's going to be pretty soon.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good. Bye.
Coming back today or something?
I'm probably not. I'm going to call Mary and see if she wants me to.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Well, that crisis is averted, I think. So she came in a different door than she normally does, and she came in. There's one room that he likes to protect, and so she came in a door that was right next to that room, and she doesn't usually come in that way, and so it probably startled him. And so then he was trying to protect the room. So he wasn't going after her, but he was barking.
Yeah.
Did you want me to come home still, Mary?
Yeah, honestly, that would be nice.
Because I could come home, but it's not going to be any different than tomorrow, you know what I
Optimal
mean?
edge. She wouldn't talk to him, so
Well,
she
he's,
would
you know,
under her voice.
yeah, I guess I'll come home.
When you come home, he usually resets. So I'm hoping that if you come home, he'll reset.
All right. We'll see him.
Alright.
Yeah, she wants me to come home. So,
Optimal edge. Dag.
yeah, it's okay. I'm retired and I can do this almost every day, you know what I mean? So not a big deal. So I'm just going to turn the boat around and I'm going to troll my way back. Maybe I'll catch a fish. So it'll take me about maybe 30 minutes to get back to the marina.
Optimal edge. Maybe.
So the dog is super attached to me, and he was in my bedroom. And so when she came in, she's basically standing right in the doorway of my bedroom, and he's probably shook up because I'm not there. But that's not good, you know?
Optimal edge. mm.
So, it's okay. I don't want my little girl, she's 18 years old. But I don't want her
Just give
stressing.
the dog his favorite treats.
Yeah, she came in through the garage, and then the garage door to get into the house is just right at my bedroom door, and that door was open, and he was in there, and so she probably maybe even stopped to say hello to him, or call him, and he gets possessive of. We've completely changed his eating routine because he was possessive of the area where he ate. We used to feed him in the garage, and then she couldn't get in the garage ever. That's where our laundry room is. So we changed where we feed him. We put his dishes away immediately after he's done all the time, so he's not protecting his bowl. And it's been good for about probably 6 months. This kind of an incident hasn't happened for 6 months. So I think it's a combination of her walking into his what he perceives to be his area, and me not being there. So it's a combination of things, but we're probably going to have a family discussion about it again because,
Optimal edge. You have a dog kennel.
Not big enough. In fact, I went on the internet looking. They have big dog kennels. Maybe that could help. But it's not easy to find one for over 150-pound dog, and he's about 170. And not only is he 170, but he's really tall. Big, long legs. Well, one good thing is, in my streaming setup here, I got one of those GeekCom mini PCs, and I installed it this week in my streaming setup here. And then I have a little mini screen that's kind of hard to use, but I think I can get used to it. So the music quit.
Optimal edge. I heard a dog like that once.
What'd you do with it? Get rid of it? Or did you train it?
Optimal edge. What I got Nature's Miracle spray and took his spot away.
What's that? Nature's Miracles. I don't know what that is. I got Nature's Miracle spray. Well, spray or spry? And took his spot away. Huh. I'll look that up. I don't know what Nature's Miracle is. Is it a spray?
Optimal edge. Yes.
Maybe I'll even pick some of that up on the way home.
Optimal edge. It's a scent spray.
Okay. All right. So last night I should start streaming my cooking. I'm not a good cook, but I just have things that I do that are a little bit different or interesting. Like last night, so like when I caught two catfish like last Friday or Saturday, no, maybe Sunday. And so I use this plexiglass back here, I fold that down, that becomes my fish cleaning station. So I fillet the fish right here and I push everything off the back, so maybe I'm even attracting more catfish to where my boat is parked.
Optimal edge. So you sprayed it where he has territorial away and makes the dog disinterest of that spot.
Huh. Oh, I never heard of that. That's excellent information. I'll pick some of that up on the way home. So do you know, I can read about it, but I'm just wondering if you know what it's actually doing. Is it getting rid of the scent that he's used to, or is it getting rid of my scent? Do you know what the spray is actually doing?
Optimal edge. Used to.
Okay. The one he's used to. Well, that's interesting. Never heard of that.
Optimal edge. You could spray on yourself, but it has a smell.
Is the smell strong enough, like if I spray it in my bedroom? I mean, obviously you probably don't spray a huge amount, but if I spray it in my bedroom, will it make it like uncomfortable to sleep in there?
Optimal edge. Not a bad smell, just a most sick.
Okay, awesome.
Optimal edge. Yes.
Okay,
Optimal
cool.
edge. No.
All right, thanks. Good idea. Well, that's a reason to go home then. So now I feel better about it, you know. I'm going home for a purpose. Because that's what I told my daughter. I said, if I come home today, tomorrow's not going to be any different, you know. What do I got to do? Stay home every day forever? Is what I was thinking. I didn't say all of that, but I did say, well, if I come home today, it won't be any different tomorrow. And she said, maybe he'll reset. And I don't know if could happen or not happen, you know. So the main reason to come home is to make her feel better. But now I got another reason. I'll pick up that spray. I got to remember the name of it. It's called Miracle Spray. Nature's Miracle Spray. So I think I'm going to start the big motor because the wind is blowing me off course here. Just got to make sure I'm not. Okay.
Optimal edge. Head smart or even Petco should have it.
Yeah. Well, there's a big ass boat. I think I know which boat that is. I think he's in my marina. And let's see if I can see him in this camera here. Oh, come on. It's weird. It's really weird that I can see that boat perfectly. It's not even very far from me. But when I try to pick it up in the 360 cam, you can't see it. I don't know how that's even possible. I can see the trees over there. Okay, well, that's weird. Okay. I'll bring that trolling motor up. And I'll stow it. I bet you can't see that up there, huh? There it goes. Stowed. Trolling motor is stowed.
Optimal edge. Legs.
So I'll go home, I'll get that spray, I'll get her comfortable, and I'll stay there. She's got to go to work at 1. What time is it anyway? It's 10:30, so I got plenty of time. She's got to go to work at 1. And then,
Optimal edge. But to be able to this boat to open sea.
well, I wouldn't say open sea. This boat is not. This is more of a freshwater boat, really. And no, it wouldn't. There are there's a race.
Optimal edge. Boat.
There's an event every summer that starts down by not Galveston, but down by what's the name of that town? It starts with it's Christie on the Gulf of Mexico. what the heck's the name of that town? Anyway, down by Brownsville or something like that, there's a 200-mile event every year. It's called the Texas 200. And they travel mostly the ICW, but they do get out into the Gulf a little bit. And there was a guy that did it this year with a boat just like mine. So you can go out into the Gulf. You wouldn't want to go into the Atlantic or the Pacific. You could, but you wouldn't want to go very far. You know what I mean? You'd probably want to be within 10, 20 miles of shore, and you want to pick a decent day. And the reason it's not a great ocean boat is because it doesn't have, like most sailboats, have a really heavy ballasted keel, a great big keel full of lead. This one doesn't have it. All I have is a dagger board, and then I have water ballast that I can fill or I can empty it. So I've got 1,500 pounds of water in the bottom of this boat. It's really not built for ocean. You can go out in the ocean, but it's not built for it. What I'm going to use this boat for is the Great Loop. I'm not sure if I told you about that last time we were on. That's really everything I'm doing here is preparing for that Great Loop.
Off to the left. Yeah, you did.
Okay, cool. And when I do that, I'm going to have to go in the Gulf from just about at Mobile, Alabama, down to Tarpon Springs, Florida. So it's about a 24-hour trip where I'll have to cut like the corner of the Gulf, which is not like being in the Atlantic or the Pacific, but it could be pretty hairy. So I got to pick a really good weather window. And then when I get up around New York, I'll be out in the Atlantic for a couple of short little distances, like 20 miles at a time. And then get to the Chesapeake Bay, and then get to the Hudson River, and then I'll go up the Hudson River. And then when I get into the Great Lakes,
Graveyard of oil rigs.
yeah, when I get into the Great Lakes, it's not like being in open ocean, but it can get really, really hairy in the Great Lakes, especially Lake Superior. But Lake Michigan, it can get really rough also. So there are times on the Great Lakes where this boat should not be on the water, for sure. By the way, my voice chat's working good now. I can hear you really good. I better bring this up. I'm only 5 feet off the bottom. So I'm up now, I'm about 7 feet off the bottom. So every time as the days go by, every time I stream, I try to have another improvement. So I've got this PC, so now I'll be able to use OBS and then, add some different features to the stream, like, different widgets and notifications and stuff like that, like most streamers do. Because right now I'm streaming, I'm not using an OBS. It's coming right out of this YOLO box. That's why my scenes look a little bit different than most people who stream. But now with this PC, I'll be able to use OBS. In fact, I tried to set it up last night, but I couldn't figure it out. So I messaged the company for how to do it. I think the reason it wouldn't work is because from the YOLO box into the PC, I was just using HDMI out on the YOLO box.
Off to the ledge. That was the first job for a few years I did marine surveyor.
Oh, really? A marine surveyor, huh? what exactly does a marine surveyor do? Do you map the bottom of the ocean or of the water, or is it more like on land where you're surveying boundaries and property boundaries and stuff like that? What do you actually survey?
Optimal edge. Can we map the floor for GSS plots?
Okay. So my first career, or my first job, not my first job even, but the job that I worked 40 years at one company. And I had 20 different management roles in that company over 40 years. So about every 2 years, I was like the fix-it guy. If a department or a factory or a division of the company was floundering, the owner of this company was brutal, and he was constantly firing management. He didn't even like management. His parents were union workers, and so he kind of had from childhood a disdain for managers. And so he was a lawyer before he bought our company. He was an acquisition lawyer. So he treated me really, really good. I have no complaints. I can't even believe I survived that long in it was like a meat grinder. There was so much management turnover. So he would fire somebody, and then he would have me go in and clean up the mess and try to improve the department or the division or the factory. And so about every 2 years, I got a new assignment. But anyway, that's not really what I started talking about. It was the business did a lot of work with the Navy and with commercial shipping. So I was in submarines. We did a lot of work with submarines, building equipment for them. So I've been on nuclear subs, and I've been on aircraft carriers and a whole bunch of different Navy ships, amphibious ships and destroyers. And so I have a bit of a maritime background also. And when you said surveying, underwater or ocean-related surveying, it reminded me of a submarine project that we did that I can't talk about, but it did something under the water. The equipment that we built did something under the water. And it was not surveying, but you'd probably have to survey in order to do what this equipment did.
I remember when the ocean rise up to the bottom of the floor of the platform, they used to call it when the sea is pissed off. That's when they would evacuate. Yeah, I've been on submarine, even used the robots too.
Oh, have you? No kidding. I was in sales twice in my career, and one of the projects that I was trying to win was a handling device that would it was a handling device that went into it could go into a submarine, but it could also be on a ship, and it was for deploying a small submarine. So this equipment would hold that submarine, and then the doors would open, and they would flood the cavity, and then they would drop this submarine down out of either a sub or they can do it off the side of a ship too. But I didn't win that contract, so we didn't end up building that equipment, and I don't really know how. I don't know what the sub was. They didn't tell us what we were actually deploying. The mini sub. They just gave us the size and the weight, and we had to, in order to bid on projects, big government projects like that, they're very, very costly to bid, because you have to you have to have a concept design, because sometimes you're pushing the laws of physics, and you have to, they give you a problem to solve, and then your proposal, we had proposals that cost $250,000, and then we would sometimes lose them. We won a lot, but we would actually, you spend $250,000 on a bid for a piece of Navy equipment, and then you lose. Think of that. That's like unbelievable, costly. So anyway, I can only think of one time where we spent about that amount of money and lost one. Most of the time we always won. We were really dominant in that small niche industry of material handling equipment for Navy ships. We built elevators and cranes, and it was the company that I worked for 40 years. When was it? Probably in the 90s. We had a 150-year anniversary for that company. It was 150 years old. Started in 1868, I think, something like that. Why does this music sound so shitty? So, anyway, it was a good run. I actually quit when I hit my 40-year mark. I said, that's enough. Then I worked for another company for 10 years after that. I started with that company, the first one. Well, it wasn't my first job. I had 3 jobs when I started with that company when I was 17 years old, sweeping the floor. And when I quit 40 years later, I was the general manager. Actually, it was called acting general manager because I didn't want the job, but I filled in while they were looking for a new general manager.
I remember once at the gas pocket, the whole rig started to shake, and we had to evacuation, and later on a special crew comes, not sure what they do.
Yeah, that sounds suspicious, doesn't it? So that music's too loud. So I got to turn it down before I do my next stream. Okay, I'm going to start pulling my lines in. We're getting fairly close to home. It almost feels like I got a fish on this line, but I know I don't. Okay, that pulls in. Okay. Make sure I don't hit the buoy up here. This is weird. I'm untethered, huh? No fish on though. Okay. All right.
And maybe next time you will get that big monster.
Yep. I'll get some. I caught two catfish Sunday. I started to talk about that and I didn't finish my story for some reason. So I caught the two catfish. I filleted them on my new fillet table back here. And then what I do is I take the fillets and I put them in a plastic bag, and then I crack an egg in that bag, and then I smush it up so that the fish is basically soaking an egg. And really all I'm trying to do is get it ready to batter, to put some batter on it, or put some covering on it later. But I have a theory, and I don't know if it's true, but yeah, an egg. I crack the egg, I put it in, I mush it all up, get the fish all full of the egg, and then I just leave it like that until I'm ready to cook. And in this case, it was about 3 days. I cooked it last night. So then I just take the fish out of the baggie, lay it down, and then I put like a what's that stuff, panko? It's like breadcrumbs with Italian seasoning in it. So I sprinkle that on it, and then I put it on a piece of tin foil, and then I cook it on my grill back here. Underneath this blue tarp is my grill. So I cook it on the boat here last night, and it comes out really good. I ate it all except for I gave my little checkers here a little bit. He got a taste of it. But anyway, I do, I can do like a catch, clean, and cook stream. Yeah. Catfish is good. It doesn't taste, it can taste muddy if you get a great big, what I've been catching here are blue cats. And they aren't, I haven't been catching any really huge ones. The bigger and older they are, the more they might taste a little bit muddy. But there's a way to fillet them to avoid that muddy flavor. But mine aren't big enough anyway, so mine are, like the one I caught was probably about a 3-pounder, and then the bigger one was probably about a 6-pound catfish. Okay, I gotta get ready to dock here. So I'll pull this net down and get my pole ready. Like so. And then so I don't know, I should weigh the fillets. I gotta believe when you fillet a fish, you're probably only getting about 1/4 to 1/3 of its weight in meat. I'm sure you could Google that, but. So what did I eat last night? I probably ate about 1.5 pounds of catfish. Maybe only 1 pound. Anyway, I got to buy a scale, so I'll figure that out just for curiosity. Okay, the wind is not too bad today, so docking should be pretty easy. Of course, I can screw up easy. Huh, there's a new boat. I didn't even notice that. Must have just came in or something. Yeah, there's somebody in it. Huh. Okay. Okay, that's good. Now, hello. Can't hear me. That should be close. Now we'll tighten this guy up. That's a little bit too, this one up here is just a hair too tight. Just back that off a little bit. We'll tighten this up a hair. Run that around there. Then we can turn this off and we can plug in the power. Okay, power's on. So we'll come up here. And we'll turn the trolling motor off. And unplug it so we can charge the battery. And then put our net away. Glasses fell off. That's pretty normal. There's about 3 pairs of glasses at the bottom of this water here at the dock. Okay. Use that for catching bait. Put that there. And then come over here. So I got to get chat so that I can hear it in my ear. Yeah, so I'm back. Optimal, I'm going to have to shut her down, and then I'll be back on tomorrow and Sunday. Assuming my daughter lets me come back tonight, but that's my plan. So, thank you much for keeping me company. I appreciate it. And the tip for the dog's scent stuff. So I'll take this camera and start shutting it down. take the battery out, put it in the little charger, put the cover on the lens, and then, oops, we can take this off. And store it right here. Put that there. Put that there. Put that over there. And then we'll pull up the rudders. And pull up this rudder. Okay. Then we can take this off. So I'll catch you later, Optimal. Thanks for coming in.